And now moving on to other global stories, the Fitch rating downgrade of the United States long-term credit rating. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, says JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon. He adds that it does not matter all that much because he believes that it's the market and not the rating agencies that determines borrowing cost. And not just this, he also called the move ridiculous. And financial markets across the globe were treated with quite a surprise after global credit rating agency Fitch downgraded U.S. sovereign rating from AAA to AA+. Now let's hear out a take from experts on what they make out of the move and the road ahead for the markets.
In isolation, even within US, I think the question is, almost every investor knows, and people are talking about it openly, that when will the government really talk about this elephant in the room? They spend 50 to 55% on entitlement programs, which are largely about pensions, which is social security. It's funded a little differently than other countries, but that's where it is. And the healthcare spending on Medicare, Medicaid. And as the baby boomers rise in numbers and the people employed, the number drops, I think it's going to be very unsustainable. And I think that's what the drop in governance standards that Moody's is talking about, that look, no party is willing to talk to people about some tough fiscal discipline, right? And if nobody is going to do it, then ultimately we know what's going to happen. Inflation will be persisting, and government will try to take it easy with inflating away the debt burden.
I don't think so, but I do think we're still headed for a recession. Obviously not here, not in 2023, but perhaps at the first or second quarter of 2024. I have never experienced where the Feds raise for almost a year consecutively, and the economy didn't end up in recession. This is a peculiar situation, and I think the reason for that is because of the pandemic.
All right, shifting focus then, UBS has begun laying off employees from Credit Suisse this week. The scale of layoffs is still unknown, but sources suggest that UBS has decided to close Credit Suisse's Houston office. The office in Houston used to lead business with the oil industry, which will now be covered by New York.
Shifting gears to some global earnings now, chip maker Qualcomm has reported a staggering 52% decline in their net income. Company's guidance for the coming quarter also fell short. The stock, it took a 6% hit in after-hours trade. Meanwhile, payments firm PayPal has delivered a disappointing operating margin in Q3, even as executives are hinting towards an improvement at the end of the year. Company's margin came in at 21.4%, missing that 22% estimate.
Staying with earnings then, Singapore's biggest bank DBS Group reported its Q2 earnings with its profit jumping 48%, which beat forecasts as higher interest rates helped to drive income growth. The bank said that the outlook for net interest margin has improved due to unexpected US interest rate increases in the second half.
And with that, let's slip into a short break. More news and updates on the other side of the break, so stay tuned on the channel.